did you get a chance to tour much with the album since 2022? And what's that been like for you as a band?
You know what? It's a really strange one, right? And music, I always say sport is what I did, music is what I am. It's a different thing for me. My mum's a music teacher. I was raised around piano and guitar and violin. It was all day, every day. My house, my mum was teaching it in the house. My brother was in a band, so it's always been a huge part of my life. So the Blizzards always has felt like something that has been an anchor for me at different, not just actually writing music, but performing music is just, it's an indescribable level of, for me anyway, for connection and mindfulness at its highest form. But it's interesting. The industry has changed so much, and you know, some people argue it's for the better, some don't. My personal feeling is music has become very corporate, and we're probably a year away from Saudi Arabia owning the music industry.
Yeah,
and that's where we're going. You know, when you're seeing ticket prices, what they are, when you're seeing the cost of gigging, it's just so high. It is so high for a band to do a show. So what you're seeing now is a void of the smaller acts that would have toured, like maybe, I don't know, not maybe us, we weren't that big, but then other bigger acts who now just can't do it because it's just become financially impossible to tour because it's so expensive, not just with the cost of like fuel and stuff like that. It seems to be that everybody is making money now apart from those artists
themselves.
And I worry about that a little bit. The void is growing, and I'm a massive fan of, you know, your likes of the Coldplays and stuff like that. And they put on probably the greatest live show I've ever been at in my entire life. But we're making it almost impossible for people to it's become so corporate. You know, I think The Cure did a tour of America, and Robert was like $30 tickets, full stop. No one's paying more than that. And I think we have to be careful where we go with this. The Blizzard, for example, we just got to the point we're not doing this full time. We love it, but we're not doing it full time. And it just became financially too insecure and difficult for us to gig. That's just reality coming out of the pandemic. And I miss it a lot. And because I'm doing my PhD and stuff like that, I can't focus on doing a 60-day tour where you could make a few quid, or even you could break even. So yeah, it's been difficult. So for me, I've changed my relationship. I've become much more interested in writing music and scoring stuff and maybe performing. So some of the live podcast stuff I do has live performance in it. I do spoken word and I perform, which gives me an outlet. But yeah, it's just evolving the industry, and I'm not giving out about it. I think it's an incredible industry. It's always been able to evolve, but I feel right now it's become very corporate, and we have to be careful what our next steps are here, because we will lose so many younger and maybe not so big artists because they're just not to do it anymore. Yeah,
but sometimes that's where the edge is and the excitement is with the younger, smaller artists coming up, and you have to kind of let them blossom.